guys, how you all doing tonight? I just thought I'd make a vlog telling you that the Sasquatch video is coming out, but there are a lot of dangers to hunting Sasquatch. For one, they are a wild animal or wild man. They will attack while provocation. A lot of things you don't want to do is you don't want to gift them. A lot of people gift them, and gifting a Sasquatch is like you take them food out there, and the minute you don't take them food out there, they'll attack you. And if they don't attack you, then they'll go into people's houses, by people's houses in their garages looking for that food that they're missing. Because that's how people get attacked, by cryptozoologists doing gifting. Well, the cryptozoologists who do the gifting ain't real cryptozoologists. They're Bigfoot enthusiasts, who want to see a Sasquatch. Now, I'm going to go out to the woods by myself. That is very dangerous. They're active at night when it starts because their eyes, they can see during the day, but they can see better at night, and they hunt at night. By me being out in the woods by myself, that poses a threat to me. Now, I'm not going to be in a tent. I'm going to be in my car. I'm going to use my car as my shelter for the night. Because if I get surrounded by them, at least I'll have a metal framed object to somewhat protect me, give me some kind of protection. I will be armed. I'm not going to go out there unarmed. There's no way in hell. I will be doing things out in the woods that I advise people not to do. You might see me do them. Do not do them. Do not do anything I do while I'm out there. The woods can be a very dangerous place, especially if you know that there's an apex predator out there that you're going out to try to capture on film or on video. I don't know if I'll see anything when I go out there. My biggest thing is something like this you can't just go out and do by yourself. It takes time to prepare yourself. And the biggest danger I see is I'm going to be as prepared as I can, but the biggest danger I have is going out there alone. In their territory, in their nest, in their nesting area and their hunting area. That's where I'm going to be camping at. And so I have to do a lot of preparation for this to come through, for this to be a successful hunt or a successful investigation. It's not like ghost hunting where you just grab a camera and you go and you ghost hunt. Maybe you see something move or hear something move or hear a voice or something. These creatures are very intelligent. Okay, these creatures are, some say, will be as intelligent as man. Now, I've seen a lot of prints out there. During the day, I'll go out there and I'll shoot videos because they're pretty much, during the day, they're docile. But at night, when they become active, that's when it becomes very dangerous for me. I will have a campfire out there. I will be video recording as much as I can. I will do something that I advise no one do, especially if they're alone. When you're out in the middle of the woods where you know Sasquatch are, one thing you don't want to do is cook bacon or fish, and I'm going to cook them both. It's, the smell alone is very robust. And, bacon, anybody who, you can smell bacon miles away. I'm hoping to catch something on video. Maybe I'll catch something more than what I bargained for. But these are the dangers that I am willing to face just to bring content to my channel. And I have been preparing. I have been talking to the guy who owns the property. He wasn't around this weekend, so I can go out to the property. He doesn't want people on his land when he's not there, which is very understandable. He knows what I'm up to. He doesn't really admit that the Sasquatch are there. They kind of really scare him. I know he's seen them. He just doesn't like talking about them. He said, if you're going out there to camp overnight, doing what I think you're going to do, I want to at least be home when you're here, because you can call me on your phone if you're hurt at least, and I can get you an ambulance or something out there. He knows they're aggressive. He's seen them aggressive. I've seen handprints around. He has a fountain or a faucet halfway through his property, so when the people come to plow the corn and the other foods that they grow, the other crops they grow, they can get a drink of water, and all you gotta do is pick up the handle and water comes out of a well. And I've seen handprints and footprints around that well area where these creatures have. He said he's seen the creature one time pick up the handle and give himself a drink of water. And so the creatures are very, very intelligent. But he said he's also seen full-grown creatures that they weren't Bigfoot. They were almost like little people. Now, I've heard of them. They live around and in the same areas that Sasquatch live, but I've never seen one. I've never experienced one. They look like little humans, but they're wild. You know, they're kind of like a miniature Sasquatch, but they're not hairy, but they are built. Now, I've heard of them. Some people call them elves or trolls, or I don't know, but he told me he's seen a couple of them. He's also seen the big creatures that we know as Sasquatch and Bigfoot. So, getting some of this information is what I have to prepare myself for, because these other creatures, these smaller creatures, I don't know what their behaviors are or what they can be. I don't know anything about these creatures except through rumor and folklore. And from what I understand, they ain't very nice. So I gotta be prepared for that. Just going out and doing a video, an overnight challenge, isn't something that you can do just on a whim. Especially, like I said, being alone. Being alone out there in the woods is extremely dangerous by itself. Now, I'm going to have a campfire going, I'm going to have some other stuff going, and just before it gets dark is when I'm going to start putting things out, putting the fire and stuff out, and that's when I'm going to get inside the car and have the camera shining out the windows, because there's no way after dark am I going to be standing outside knowing that these creatures can peg me off with no problem. Yeah, sorry for the noises in the background. I got people watching TV behind me, so. But, this is going to happen. Within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have that video up. But, like I said, preparation is everything. I mean, like I said, I will not bait these creatures, or gift them, as people want to call them, is what you're doing is baiting them. I will taunt them and tease them by cooking certain types of food that is very robust and very, very high smells like bacon or fish. I might even leave some out. Now I might gift a little bit or bait a little bit, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. That I'm still hesitant about that because like I said, I don't know what type of creatures are out here. He's telling me he's seen a few different types of creatures out here, other than the two-legged kind. There was a four-legged wolf. He said the thing was as big as a VW. I said, what? They say there's giant wolves around. So I mean, there's all kinds of creatures out here. Because I could have swore I seen a paw print that was huge. It was yay big. It was a paw print. And I've heard of big wolves like that, gigantic wolves. They're cryptids too. There's been books written about them. Folklore has the big giant wolves around, but I didn't think they were this far south. Mostly they stay up in Canada, northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, but to be this far south, he said he's seen all kinds of what we call cryptids around his property. He don't know if they've always been there, but he knows as long as he's been there. He's 86 years old, so he's been around for a while. And he said they've been around, as long as he has, and he sees them every once in a while. He used to have livestock on the farm, and he stopped the livestock because everything kept getting killed, or a lot of cattle kept coming up missing all the time. So he stopped that and went into crops. And sometimes there's areas of patch of crops that are missing. I mean, they don't just come and take the corn off the stalk. They take the whole stalk, when they come to, feast. And I have seen footprints and patches of crops go missing with footprints around, but the footprints I've seen were old. They were like a couple days old, where they've already faded to where you couldn't really make them out. You know what I mean? You could, but they weren't what you would expect them to be. I've seen claw marks 10 feet high on a tree that I know a black bear can't make. I've seen, in my one video, that branch that was broken off was a marker, basically letting me know I'm not supposed to go out there, but I did anyway. There's a lot of things that these creatures are doing to ward me off already, just by me going in daytime hunts. That's why I say they're already trying to warn me from going in there during the day and when they're not around. But now when they're around and I'm in there, will they become aggressive? Will I become in extreme danger? That's what I'm going to find out. Like I said, I've asked a few people to go with me. But even the cryptozoologists that I've known for a long time, will not go with me. They said even if a group of us went out there, if it's, from what my videos show, and from what I tell them, is as active as I say it is, even a group of us will be, if the right, person makes a wrong move, we'll all be attacked, no matter how many of us there are. And I said, I'm going to go out there by myself. They said, man, the day you go out there by yourself, let me know, because I'll get the funeral services ready. They keep telling me I won't survive. But that's what life is about. It is an adventure. And if the adventure is dying to prove the existence of Sasquatch, I'll do it. I've got no problem with that. I've already faced my demons in my life. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. It might be a little scary just being in the woods. I might hear a lot of branch breaking, maybe a few whoops and howls and stuff. But I think as long as I stay around my car, in my car and stuff, inside a metal box, basically, I think pretty much, and just shine the camera out the window at night after dark. If they do come out and they do check the car out, at least I'll be in some kind of, semi-protection. Sure, they can rip the car apart with no problem, but at least I'll have more than enough time to draw my weapon, if it takes that far. Personally, I don't think I'll even see anything. I don't think I'll see anything up close. I don't think anything to come check the car out. That's what I'm hoping that would happen, but I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen that night. Play it by ear. But everybody, they even try to get me, get the farmer who's letting me go on his property, trying to get him to tell me I can't do it. Hell, even he thinks I'm nuts. And even though I'm going to be in the woods, I'm going to be maybe 200 feet away from his front door. Because that's how close they are to his house. I mean, they're right there. I mean, and he told me I was nuts. He said he won't even sit out on his porch after sunset. I said, man, why haven't you told anybody about these creatures before? He goes, man, you know how it is. As far as the general public is, they don't exist. And especially the little creatures I've seen, the little full-grown, whatever you want to call them, half-size humans or whatever. People really laugh at me. And I said, well, yeah, I know what it's like to be laughed at. People, even to this day, even though throughout history, Sasquatch and other cryptids have been told in story and fable, turned out to be true. I mean, being laughed at is all part of life. But being laughed at and being able to throw stuff back in the person's face that laughed at you, that's when the adventure begins. That's the adventure I want. I want to be able to take that poop and shove it down someone's throat. I want to be the one to actually get these creatures on video. Even if my car is being attacked, I want to get all that on video. Because at least if they find my body ripped apart, they'll have one hell of a good video as long as they don't cover it up. They'll probably try to cover it up. But as soon as I get any good footage, I'm going to have my phone and my little adapter with me. I'm going to be able to upload everything through my phone right away. As soon as I download it. As soon as I record it. I'll upload the video in different parts if I have to. I know I sound crazy. But all my life I've been studying these creatures. And all my life I've been wanting to get a video or a film that's real. That's nothing is tainted. Everything is fresh, right on the spot. I've been wanting, every cryptozoologist wants to be the one to prove that these creatures exist. And of course, that's my dream too, is to prove they exist, prove they are real. Not just in fable or folklore, but in real life. I mean, up until the 1940s, the platypus was considered a mythological creature. But then in the 1940s, it was proven to be real. I bet you didn't know that. Platypus was a cryptid for a long time. For hundreds of years in the 1940s, it was proven to be real. Someone proved it. I guess they killed one and brought it back and said, hey, look, this is what I found. I mean, like I said before in a lot of my other videos, I know the government knows these things are real, but for them to admit that they're real, they would have to spend more money they don't want to on a new founded animal or even being or another human tribe, wild man type tribe that they would have to make laws to protect, and that would cost. I mean, with the way our economy is now, we can afford to even talk or worry about stuff like that. I mean, but the general public, that the belief is they don't exist. They're a fictional creature out of the movies, you know, some from science fiction, you know. But that's what a cryptozoologist's dream is to take that proof and be able to shove it down the general population's throat. And I'm going out to a nest and camping alone and risking my life to do so, just to get a Sasquatch on video to prove that they are real. I'll do it. I've got no problem with it. People need to realize that life is an adventure. We need to live it to the fullest. You all have a good one. Stay safe, stay COVID free, and wear your masks. I'm Jim with Life's Adventures, keeping it real.